Okay, hello, good evening. Good evening, good evening, good evening. So please guys, good evening. Ola Wale, good evening and welcome. Please, if you can hear me, please let me know. Okay, so we can just go straight into our tutorial for today. So let me just know if you can hear me. So if you can hear me, let me know. Irabo, welcome. Okay, thank you, Rejoice. Thank you so much for confirming. Okay, thank you so much for those of you that are giving me thumbs up, hearts. Thank you. So, guys, so you can already see from the thumbnail what we are going to be doing today. Solar Day, Akin Tomide, you're welcome. Good evening. I can hear you. Thank you so much for confirming. Okay, so we're going to go straight into our tutorial for today. Yes, okay, Becky, hello, welcome. See, I'm trying, okay, Zuze, I can hear you. Let me pronounce the one that I can pronounce. Okay, so in today's video, we're going to be making an off-shoulder gown. So you can see the picture show to you already on the thumbnail. So it's a simple, beginners-friendly tutorial. Okay, so guys, so we're just going to get started already for the tutorial for today. So it's a simple piece. So we're not going to use a pattern. So let's use our freehand today. Okay. So you people know, those of you that have been watching me, you know, we like on this live stream, we do pattern drafting and then at times we use freehand. So let's do freehand today. So I'm going to readjust my camera so that you guys can see my table. Okay. So guys, let me know where you're watching me from. I would really appreciate that. Okay, so guys, you can see this is my fabric. Yes, so you can see, so I'm placing both the back and the front together, so it has a half cut. Okay, so now let's just get started straight into our tutorial for today. So when you are making an off shoulder, Rebecca, you're welcome. Welcome. When you are making an off shoulder, there are things you put into consideration. Mm. Because it is an off shoulder, so you can see how I'm placing my tape. So you can use 5 inches to drop your shoulder. Okay, Erica, you're welcome. You're watching from the US. Wow, that's beautiful. Thank you so much for letting me know. So you can use 5 inches, which is like normal one, or you can use 6 inches. You can even go as much as use 7 inches. So it depends on how much. Okay, Abayomi, you're welcome. So for today's own, our off shoulder for today, I'm going to use 6 inches. So this is how you will place your tape. You see, just place your tape now. So this will now be your shoulder line. Okay. So when you place it like this, the next point you want to get is your nipple point, which is your bust point. So for this, I'm going to be using 10 inches. So now you will now mark the 10 inches like this. And then the next line you want is your under bust. That's this point where your bra stop. So for mine, I'm going to be using 13 for today. And then the next line you want is where that half cut stop. Okay, Zuze, you're watching from South Africa. Thank you so much. So for this today on, I'm using 17 inches for that, which is like the half cut. Okay. So after marking this, the next thing you want to mark, because if you are making like a bust here, the next thing you want to do for this kind of off shoulder, the one on the picture, you want to take your bust pan measurement. So the bust pan measurement is from one nipple to another. So for this, you can see if I'm using what I have here, I have 7 inches. So I'm going to add 1 inch to it to make it 8 inches because of allowance, and then you divide that into two like this. So for those of you that are just joining us, you're welcome. And then you are going to come to this point like this. You are going to place that. So when you divide that into two, you are going to have 4 inches. So that 4 inches, I'll mark that 4 inches across all of my lines like this. Okay. So for those of you that are just joining us, you're welcome. Please let me know where you're watching me from. I would appreciate that. And if you have not given this video a thumbs up, please do like the video. Okay, so you can see, so I'll mark it like that. So this line now is my dart line. Okay, Esther, thank you so much. You're watching from Lagos. Thank you for stopping by. So after marking the dart line, the next line we want to take out, our dart. Okay, so for the dart, we're going to take out, for this piece we're going to take out 2 inches of that. Okay, for this particular pattern, because like I normally tell my students, when a customer gives you a fabric, when they give you a fabric, what you will know once you look at the style, you will know the bustier pattern that you are going to use. Okay, so for this picture on the thumbnail, this is the particular bustier pattern that was used. So we're going to take out a dart of 2 inches. So that 2 inches that we're going to come to, this is our under bust line. You are going to mark 1 inch here to the right, and then you mark 1 inch to the left. Okay, so when you mark these two 1 inch like this, one to the right and one to the left, you are going to connect that line. Just connect it like this to the bust point line. Just connect it like this, and then this one also connect this one also. Okay, can you see? Just connect this one here, connect this one here. Okay, it's a very simple process. And then after connecting this one you bring it down like this. So for that 1 inch, you can decide to maintain the 1 inch down, or you can decide to reduce it. So for today's one, let's just maintain our 1 inch. So you can see what I'm doing. So maintain our 1 inch. This is like the simplest bustier pattern. Chidinma, you're welcome. Patrino, thank you so much. Good evening. Thank you so much for stopping by. So I will connect this here and then connect this here. Okay, so this is our 1 inch. In case people don't understand, please, this is a live class. You can drop a question and bring me back. Okay, that's the essence of doing the live class. So after that 1 inch, now from this under bust, you connect it to this point. You come to the shoulder line, you mark 1 inch to your right hand side, and then on the left, you are going to just use half of an inch. Okay, you're not going to use 1 inch. So now this line now that you have here now, you connect it like this to this 1 inch. So can you see that our bust, I see it has formed effortlessly. And then this one here that you have here, you just like connect it now to the half inch like this. So you can see at the end of the day, so you don't want them to be sharp, so just like give it a nice curve. So for this pattern also, you can use 2 inches in case you want the bust, you want it to come out very well. Okay, Alice, thank you. You're watching from Kenya. You're welcome. Thank you so much for stopping by. So you can use 2 inches. Okay, but as a beginner, I will advise you, if you're a beginner, as in like a rock starting beginner, I would advise you use this 1 inch. You'll be able to sew it. It will be easy for you. Okay, but if you have a little bit advanced, you can use 2 inches on this side and then use 1 inch on this side. So if you use 2 inches, just imagine using 2 inch, you have a bigger cups. Okay, yes, so this is how simple it is. We're almost done with the bust here. Okay, Diane, you're watching from Ghana. Thank you so much for stopping by. So the next thing we're going to do now, we want to take out our full body measurement. Okay, so for the full body measurement, here is what we are going to take. Now at this point, now we want to take out our shoulder measurement. So our shoulder is 14 inches. Okay, so I'll add that 14 inches. I'll mark 7 inches here. People know that I took out 1.5 inches. And when you are doing an off shoulder, when you are making an off shoulder, you don't want to use your actual measurement, your shoulder measurement, because you need to reduce like 1 inch from your measurement. So in reducing that 1 inch from my measurement, what I'm going to do, when I mark like this, I mark my 7 inches, I'll bring back, normally I'm supposed to bring back this 1.5, but because I want to take out 1 inch, I'm just going to bring in 1 inch. Why am I bringing 1 inch? This half inch and then half inch for stitching allowance. But in case I just want to be on the conservative side, is it conservative? I don't know if that's the right word. In case, okay, I want to be on the safer side, okay. What day, welcome, you're watching from Abuja. Edirin, thank you so much. You're watching from Bayelsa. You want to be on the safe side, because at this part I'm still going to do an over bust tightening here. Okay, so since I'm going to do an over bust tightening, what I'm going to do now, I'll mark my shoulder measurement, which is 7. So this 1.5 inches, I'll bring it back. Okay, so when I bring back that 1.5 inches, I'm not going to add any allowance again. So because at this 1.5 inches that I brought back, I'm still going to reduce it because we'll do an over bust tightening. So I'll reduce it. So at the end of it, I'll still take out 1 inch from it. So at the end of it, I'll be left with 1 inch. Okay, yes. So the next thing I'm going to do now, I want to mark our armhole measurement. So for the armhole, remember I use 6 inches to drop my shoulder. So my armhole is 16. When I divide 16 into 2, I'm going to have 8. If you don't understand what I'm doing, please and please just drop your comment, drop it on the comment section, any part. So this is my 16 inches, which is for my armhole. Divide that into two, you have 8. Excuse me. So I'll mark the 8 inches like this, okay, and then mark this up. So from this point now, I'm just going to create my armhole line like this. Okay, so when I create my armhole line, the next thing I am going to do now, I'm going to mark my bust measurement. So for the bust measurement, I'm using 36, which is 9 inches. So I'll mark my 9 inches like this, and then I'm just going to add 1 inch allowance. But if you are doing your own, please don't add 1 inch allowance. Add as much as 2 to 3 inches allowance, please. Okay. So the line, I'll just connect it to this line like this point, and then I'll come to my under bust measurement. So for my under bust measurement, I'm using 28. So 28, when I divide 28 into 2, sorry, into 4, I'm going to have 7. I'll mark the 7 here. Remember our 2 inches. So please bring that 2 inches back into your pattern like this, and then add your 1 inch stitching allowance. Okay. So like I said, I hope you guys are following. Let's see. Okay. So if you are just joining us, you're welcome. So the next thing we're going to mark now is this down part. So for this down part, we're going to add our down measurement. That's our half cut, which is 32. When I divide 32 into 4, I'm going to have 8. So I'll mark the 8 inches and then bring back these 2 inches back into my pattern. I'll mark it like this, and then I'll add my 1 inch allowance that I've been using. I'll mark it like this. So at the end of the day, you can see my piece. You see it? Can you guys see? Okay, you're watching from Kenya. Kesiako. Kesia Yaka. Okay. So can you see we are done. So the next thing we're going to do now, we are going to mark our back piece. So for our back piece, what I'm going to do, I'll use my dot line. I'm just going to mark my dot line like this, and then mark like this. Okay. So this is where I'm going to place my dot. So for this, I'm just going to do a waist dart. You can decide to cut it open like this. Okay. So for that, when you want, if you don't want the back part to, like, what do you call it, have a bulge, you come to this middle line like this, and then you come in by half of an inch. Okay. So when you come in by half of an inch, that half of an inch, this is what you do, mark it to this point, and then mark it like this. So this now will help you us to eliminate our zipper bulge. Okay. And then here we'll mark this one, we'll just cut this straight. Okay. So when we cut it straight, when we are stitching, we're using like 1 inch. I will stitch it with half of an inch, and then that will make 1 inch. So we are done. So for the front tightening of my front piece, for my front tightening, like I said, I'm going to use half of an inch. So I'll use half of an inch on this side, and then use half of an inch on this side. So at the end of the day, I have eliminated another 1 inch from my shoulder measurement, so you can see. So what I'm doing now will like help me to tighten that chest area. So it will make that chest area to be tight. It will not be falling out. Okay. So you can see. So now I'm going to cut this off now. All right. So let's see. So I'll cut the side. So I need the side to be the same. And then I'm thinking, okay, so let's cut our back piece. So we open our back like this. So you can see the zipper curve like this. So you see when you cut it like that, when you cut it like that, your dress is not going to have any bulge. Okay. So for this back piece, like I said, I'll just do a normal straight dart, and then now I'm going to cut out my front piece like this. So at this point, you want to cut out your lining and then create your, if you want to pad your dress, you pad it. Okay. So now we have cut. like jeez, see, people see what happened. Oh no, I cut it out. I need to just imagine. That's why it is always not good to put fabric on top of clothes when you're cutting. Do you understand? That's what you get. So I just need to refold this back, and then I need to cut out another one. Or else, and if it was this side sef, I would have left it. I would say to enter the neckline part, but this one will not enter the neckline part. So I just need to. I just need to retrace it back and cut it. Or else, okay. And that one was okay. Just imagine if it was the actual fabric now, would have spoiled it. Okay, Erica. I said, what landmark did you use to take in half inch at the back? I use what landmark? Do I already get that question? Okay. Yes, I think I do. Yes, I did it on the from the under bust line. From the under bust line, you come in by half of an inch on this under bust line, and then you from this under bust line you curve it, just come in by half of an inch, because you know that under bust line, that's where usually if you check it like this, that's where that board used to come from. So it's that part you really need to work on. So I came in by half of an cut that half of an inch, quarter of an inch. You can use half inch, you can use quarter of an inch, and then from just come in, and then from that point like this, you just mark it this way, and then mark it this way, put it down. Okay. So I hope you got it. So now the next thing we're going to do now, we're going to stitch this. So when we stitch, so I'm thinking of let's stitch before we cut the down part of our skirt. So the skirt is a simple piece. Let's just continue. Let's cut out the skirt and then we can go. So for the skirt also, I've marked out my piece for my skirt. So I have my back and my front piece together. So for the skirt, if you notice, it's like a three-piece skirt. That is like it has like that running from up down. It's a simple process. So the next thing I am going to do now, I am going to mark my waist measurement. Most times, what I normally do, always like stitching before I actually do this, though. But it's okay. Let's just continue. So I'll use the same 4 inches. You remember 4 inches? I'll mark for that. I'll use the same 4 inches. That 4 inches is going to run. So from this point now for my skirt, so this is going to be my hip line, 8 inches. So I'll mark 8 inches and then mark my full length. Okay. So for this, I have about 24. So these are like the two basic points that I really need. And then I'll just connect that 4 inches. I'll just connect it to the down of my skirt like this. If you notice, the skirt is not a tight skirt. Do you understand? It's only the waist area, but this side is open. But our waist, remember our waist is 32. So you put that into consideration. So I'll mark 8 here. And then when I cut this, I'm going to lose 4 inches. So from this part, after that, I'm going to just add like 2 or 3 inches allowance. So I'll mark it here. And then for is that dress, this is like an A line that is open. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to use my pattern curve like this. I don't want to, it's not tight, it's not a tight piece. So I'll just mark to the edge end of my fabric like this. So can you see the shape that it has? But at this point, if you want to make it fitted, if you want the hip area to be fitted, what you will do, you just use your normal hip measurement, you understand? Okay, but this one is not fitted, so I'm not going to use my normal hip measurement. So at the end of the day, you are the one that will determine how you will fold your fabric. So for this, I actually folded my fabric at 14. So with that, it's not going to be tight. The hip area of the gown is not going to be tight. So I'll just cut this like this. Can you see? So what I'm trying to do here, I'm just trying to give it a shape at the down. So you can see, just give it a little bit of curve like this. Okay. Okay, so let's see. Abu Bakr. Abdul Abul from Bangladesh. Welcome. Okay, video. I like to watch the video again. Will you post it later? I will try. You can still check it on the live stream. Okay, yes, you can check it. You can just go to my home. Esther, you can go to my home. You click on Queen. Thank you. Eric. Okay. Okay, thank you. Kwanki. Only your earrings. What is it with my earring now? You know why I'm wearing the earring is because of my hair. I carry my normal natural hair, so I need to look for something that will bring it out. It's my people. So now the next thing I'm going to do now, I'm going to cut this point open, okay? So I'm going to cut this point open like this. So I'm not going to separate it. I'll leave it so that I will not run into any problem. So now we're going to go and stitch all of our pieces together. Okay, so it's a simple process. Okay. Can I have my pressing iron, please? Okay. So now let's adjust our camera so that we can stitch. Okay, yes, thank you. Okay. Bam, bam, bam. Randa. Ururu, ururu. Okay, so let's see. Okay, let me keep the skirt and let's work on our dress. So for my back piece, let me just put notches and add my dart, okay? That's what do you call it? So I'm just going to put my dart. So like I said, I'm using 5 inches length of dart for my back piece. That's the height is 5 inches. Ah, that's scissors. So for those of you that are just joining, you're welcome. So let me know, guys, where you're watching me from. I would appreciate that. So now I'm going to stitch this one also, the dart. So at this point, you want to turn with your lining, okay? Just cut it the same way and then sew and turn, okay? Okay. Hello. Florence, you're welcome. Akwe Deborah, thank you so much. You're watching from Ghana. That person that is asking where am I from? Go to my home page and go and check it from there. Okay, so the next thing now, we want to stitch this one. So this is our center piece, okay? So can you guys can see? So this is our center front. Like I normally say, this is like the easiest. This is like baby peplon. I say baby peplon, baby bustier, simple and easy and straightforward. So you can see how I'm stitching it. Can you see? I'm just navigating the curve. You see? and it is easy and simple. It will just, the thing used to enter, it used to enter very well. You people know that we did an overbust tightening on top. So at the end of the day, our the shoulder measurement we use is 1 inch less. Okay, so like I said, you can even do it two, it can be 2 inches. Depends on how tight you actually want it to be, if you don't want that off shoulder to be falling off. Okay, so I'm going to stitch the other side. So for those of you that have not given this video a thumbs up, people should please like the video. Okay, I would appreciate it. People should like my video. Okay, and share it with your friends, your soul colleagues. Okay. So for those of you that are just joining us, you are welcome. For those of you, people can register for my online classes. So for those of you that don't know, that I normally do online classes. Can you see? Is it not looking like what we have on that picture? Agat, Nimnat, thank you so much. Agate, you're welcome. Can you see? Can you see how? Can you see how bustier this bustier is? So that's why I always tell people to use this. This pattern is like simple and easy to do. So let's keep it on the side. Let's join our skirt, okay? Yes, let's join our skirt. So for the skirt pattern, what I'm trying to do now, I had to pin them together because I don't want to hear that I now separated them. That is why I'm now looking for the piece. So now I'm going to join those lines back, just like what we have on the picture. That's what we are trying to replicate, okay? So I'll just join. There are some things that could really be annoying when you are sewing. The thread is standing up. So you people should please like this video. Hmm? A lot of people are watching. You people should like the video. I would appreciate that. Hit on the like button and like my video. I would appreciate it. Okay, you guys should hit like. For those of you that want to gift, you people can support my channel by giving me super, by clicking and supporting. Okay, so you people can support. So can you guys see? You see how beautiful this skirt piece is? Yes, I'm going to leave it on the side and then I'm going to work on the back. So for the back piece, let me put my notch for my zip. So I'm going to join the back now also. Okay. So for those you people should give me thumbs up. Ask your questions, please. Ask your questions. Let me know where you're watching me from. Those of you that are just joining. Mm-hmm. A lot of people are joining the stream. Just let me know where you're watching me from. I would really appreciate that. I send my mom to visibility. I accept. Okay. Okay. Frank Franklin, you're watching from Ghana. Thank you. Thank you. How is Ghana? There's one post I saw today about Ghana. They were talking about, the person was talking is one food content creator about Ghana fufu. I was like, wow. So you people have something called fufu in Ghana. I would really love to test it whenever I come to Ghana. Hmm? I would like to test Ghana fufu. Let me see. Okay. Sweet, sweet December. Wow. Thank you so much. You're watching from Canada. Thank you so much. Yes. Thank you so much. Leave, don't worry. You're watching from Canada. Thank you, Ontario. Wow. That's a city that I would love to visit someday. It is. Mm-hmm. Yes. Okay, guys. So Ibrahim Design. Hi. Hello. You're welcome. Ibrahim, where are you watching me from? So now I've done the back piece. So I'll iron it first before I open it. So it will be easier for us. Okay. So now we are done. Almost done. So the next thing we're going to do now, we're going to iron and then join front to front and then join back to back. It will make it easier for us, okay? This is my earring. Somebody that was asking about this earring. So let me put on my pressing iron, okay? Wow. Okay, so let's iron all of these pieces. Let's iron them fast. Yes, my pressing iron is all steamed up. Okay. So I'm just trying to like iron out the darts area to make it easy. So for those of you that are just joining us, God, okay, you're watching Emmy. Let me see. Let's pronounce this. Emedom. You're watching from Gabon. Wow. Thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you guys. Because without you people, there's no live stream. Oh. Just imagine. So thank you guys for stopping by to check out the stream and even drop a comment for me. I really appreciate that. Okay. So I'm trying to iron this. So go your own. Make sure just iron it very well. Let it be very neat. My own people know I cannot really bring out all of my lines perfectly ironed right now. So I'm just going to make do. Even I'm ironing on a table that does not have any cloth on it. Okay. So my lines will not be very straight though, but I know you guys understand. So let's just continue. So just when you follow the same process as a beginner, this dress is a piece of cake for you. It's a piece of cake. When I say piece of cake, I mean piece of cake for you to be able to replicate. Okay. Yes. So like I normally tell my class student, my online class, just always practice, try out new things. When you see piece like this, just go ahead and try them out. So let me turn off the pressing iron. So we'll continue. Okay, so I've taken off the pressing iron. So the next thing we're going to do, I'm going to show you guys how to shape this and then we'll join it. Okay, so let's shape in the front piece. Our front piece, we need it to be very fine, but it's not straightened out. I'm just trying. Okay, so let's just go. Let's go. Let's leave it. All right. So now the next thing you want to do now, we want to let's see. Okay, let's adjust this way. This is our front piece, okay? So you fold that into two, and here is what you want to do. Can you see? So this is how you shape this. When you want to shape, you don't just join. Do you understand? So what you do at this point now? So there's something I normally do. I can decide to shape front different and then back different, and then so you just like, can you see? You have excess, but you need to trim it because it's actually the waist area. They have to. correspond. Okay, if it was a fitted dress now, the same thing. Okay, so can you see the shape? So this is for our front piece. So at the end of the day, our the down part is a little bit what do you call it? The dart is a little bit bigger, but no problem. So now let's see. Let's take out the back. So this is our back piece, and then this is how we're going to place it. I'm just trying to trim at this point, okay? So like I said, if you are just joining us, you're welcome. Please let me know where you're watching me from. I would appreciate that. So can you see our back piece? The thing enter day, just like my Hausa brothers who say day. Can you see? So now we are going to stitch. So the first thing, I'm going to open my back piece now. Let's open. So we're almost done. Oh. We're almost done. So now let's open this back piece like that. And then we are good to go. Let's continue. So I'm going to readjust my camera now. I don't want this person here to come and burn my leg. So let me shift it. Okay. All right. So for those of you that are just joining, you're welcome. Let me know where you're watching me from. You guys should give this video. Just check this right hand side. You see the like button, like the video. Okay. So now let's stitch the back first. So at this point, you need to be very careful so you don't do the wrong thing. Okay, you can see that was what I was trying to say. At this point, if you are not careful, you are gonna do the wrong thing. So now I'm going to take them. So this was what I was trying to say about the front piece. My dart lines are supposed to correspond. You understand? They're supposed to correspond, but for the front one, they are not corresponding because of the way I shaped my bust here. So on a normal day, I'm supposed to my skirt on also I'm supposed to shape it that same way. That's what I'm saying. That is my dart for the top. I'm supposed to reduce it. Okay, so let's see. Oh Jodu, you're watching from Lagos. Erica, it's always compulsory to dart the skirt from the beginning of the skirt to the end. No, it's not compulsory. It's not compulsory. This one, why we are darting this one from the beginning to the end is because of the style on the thumbnail. You understand? It's not compulsory. It's just a style. Darting the skirt from the top to bottom is just a style. You understand? You can just add that just because you want to just have those lines on your skirt. So for it to like give it another kind of style. So it's not compulsory at all. At all. It's not compulsory. So you can actually just take and make use of your 5 inches that's for your front piece. That's for your skirt. You can use your normal 5 inches that that's 5 inches length. That's what I mean. So you must not dart it to the end. So darting it to the end is just like a kind of style. Is a style line, yeah. So I'm joining the back piece, the other side of the back piece. So let's see. Okay, we've done like 39 minutes now. Okay. Let's see. I'm just trying. I want us to like do 40, at least 40, 45 minutes. Yes, and we are done with today's class. Okay. So now we are done. So for the front piece, here's what you are going to do. You are going to take your front piece like this. You don't want to join it anyhow. And then you put a notch here like this at the center, okay? So at this point, you have finished turning with your lining. But if you are doing an inseam, you don't need to turn with your lining. You're going to do them separately, just the way you see I'm doing like this. So I'll mark this now like this. And then, so at this point, in case I want to adjust my skirt, that let me see if I can just give it a little bit of adjustment. So why I'm trying to adjust it is because I just want I want like the waist area to like correspond. Okay, the that for the top is always good. Don't, as in when making dresses, that's one thing with me. When it comes to making clothes, I try as much as I can to make all of my to like cross all of my dots. I don't like two lines going like this now. I usually don't like it. Okay, all right. So let's see how close we got. It's still not very close though, but so you place them. Can you see? You see the notch? So place them like that, and then you are going to stitch. Okay. So once you place them like that, so guys, like I said, if you have questions, please mark her. You're welcome. Oh, thank you for subscribing. Thank you so much. So for those of you that are watching this video now that have not subscribed to my channel, you both should subscribe. Hmm? Subscribe. Thank you so much. Mark, thank you for subscribing. That's a beautiful one. I appreciate that. Wow. Thank you. Mwah. Thank you so much. Yeah. Okay, so now I've done this. So I'm going to turn the other side. Okay. All right. So now we are done. So if you notice this dress, the only part where we need tightness is our bust area and the waist area. So now we have joined our front and our back together. So what we want to do now, just like cut off every excess that we have. Most times I don't like cutting. No. I will even prefer to finish everything that I'm doing first before I cut. Okay. So now the next thing we're going to do now, our we're going to shape our gown. Okay. So to shape our gown, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to come to my chest area like this, and then I am going to mark my bust measurement. Can you see? Okay. So you divide your measurement, just divide that into two, and then you mark it like this on the bust, and then you come to your waist measurement. So my waist is 14, which is 28. I'll just mark it like this, and then mark it like this. So can you see? It is a simple process, and then I'll just connect this one to the bust line, and then bring this here because it is not a fitted dress. But if it was a fitted dress, after marking bust waist, the next part you come to is your hip. Make sure that it is your fitted hip measurement. Okay, but since this is not fitted, we are just going to go continue like that. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to pick a piece of the back like this. So for those of you that have not subscribed, like I said, you people should please subscribe. So I'm going to pick a piece of the back like this. So I'm trying to get so for this one, you don't want to eat, you don't want to uh, is the side, okay? If not, can you see? You make sure you can you see both of them, you see the half cut, it should correspond, please. Okay, Eunice, thank you. Oh, you're asking what's going on here? What is going on here is that we're is that we're doing a live class. Yes, that is what is going on here. It's like what's going on here? It's every evening, everyone. Thank you so much. Thank you, Eunice. You're welcome. Your question is making me to laugh. She said, "What's going on here?" Yes, we are doing and we're making an off-shoulder gown. Yes, that's what we are making today. Okay. So in case you can just go back and once the we finish the tutorial, you can always go back and rewatch it. So now I'm going to join the side, okay? Can you see? Yes. So I'll take it like this, like, no, 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 I don't want that. So, okay? So I need to, this machine, this sewing machine, they can they can do their own. Eh? There's one particular thread that is causing this whole stuff now. Okay. So for those of you industrial machines, I noticed. Okay. You see, that's the thread that was causing the whole confusion inside here. See it there. It is out already. Okay. So let's continue fast. Okay. So let's join the side of our gown together. So I'm going to show you guys in case you want to deepen the back of your gown. You understand? If you want to deepen it, I really don't like this. I don't like this and I don't want it. It's better for me to change it instead of it to start wasting my time now. I don't even have time to make the exact thread, the color. So let's just continue. So for the side, I'm just going to navigate the sides like that. Okay. Yes. So it is just like an A line. So you guys should please give my video a thumbs up. I would appreciate it. Okay. I need fabric because I'm opening a store. Okay, you're opening a store. So where are you? Where are you located? Lexi, where are you located? You say you need fabric. Let me know. Can you adjust this that balance with the front? Yes, yes, yes. That's what I was trying to say. That was what I tried. I actually tried doing that, but at the end of the day, it still did not adjust. But you can actually adjust it since you have. But what you put into consideration when you adjust it to balance, make sure that you have allowance. Do you understand? Make sure you have allowance on your skirt because there's a probability that when you adjust it to balance, it will truncate the skirt. So at the end of the day, you might not have your full measurement. Okay, so but make sure when while adjusting, make sure you have enough allowance that even when you reduce it, you understand, it will fit. You understand, it will still give you the same measurement. You still have your measurement. Okay. If not, at the end of the day, after adjusting it, if it does not fit, there's nothing you can do about that. Okay, so please note that while trying to adjust the dart for them to match the front dart, but it's good for you to do it, let it match. You understand? You know, this one, I'm using this one to teach. That is why I left it. If I am doing it as a dress, as a complete full dress, it must match, whether I like it or not. Do you understand? I must make sure it matches. I must adjust it, let it match. Okay, so please note, take note. So now I'm trying to fix the other side of the dress. Okay. Just imagine that I have when I do my nails now. I will be another cup of tea. Becky, Razak. Okay, okay. You say okay, Lexi. Okay, okay. You have answered that question. Strong. You're watching from Czech. Wow. Okay. Thank you so much. So Liu, hi, hello. You're welcome. So Razak, you're welcome. Also, where are you? What people watching me from? All these names that I'm seeing. Where una they watch me from? I hope so no be. Let me know, guys. Okay, so you can see it for the side. So we are almost done, 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 done. Now, wow, kind of thing is this? I'm almost done, oh, because I'm almost done. So even if you like between, what is remaining now? If you refuse to do, I'll use needle and thread to tack it. Okay, so we're almost done. So let me just do the last piece. So let me turn on my pressing iron and press this. And then for the sleeve, so let me explain. So for the back neckline, in case you want to reduce the back neckline, you don't want it. In case we want to reduce the back neckline, we can just decide to like just like reduce it a little bit, okay? Just in case. So this is in case you want to. So this is so if you notice, you saw where I stopped it. Don't dip it into the armhole side. So now, what I'm trying to do now, I'm trying to on my pressing iron again. And then for the sleeve, so for the sleeve I have already, to make our tutorial fast, I've already done the sleeve, so I'm going to explain how to do the sleeve. I'm going to show you guys how to cut it and how to stitch it, okay? But I just had to do it ahead just to make our tutorial fast, so we don't just end up wasting so much time. Okay, so now what I'm trying to do now, what I'm just doing, I'm ironing. You can see my fabric is not smooth. Yes, it is not smooth because I'm using this lining piece, which cannot be smooth on a normal day. It's supposed to be for inside clothes. I'm just using it for the sake of teaching, okay? Yes, I'm using it for the sake of teaching. So let me just leave that and then disconnect my pressing iron first. So I'm going to explain the sleeves, how to go about the sleeves for you people. So I noticed that this part did not stitch. So let me stitch it before I explain. For those of you that don't know how to cut this kind of sleeve. Okay, so let's see how to cut this sleeve. So the next thing you're going to do, we want to curve out our armhole, okay? So you want to curve this armhole out. You don't want to leave it like this. You cannot leave it like this sef. You can see how tiny it is. So remember, initially we used 6 inches, right? So when you place it like this, your 6 inches, and then I'm going to mark this because my armhole is 16. I'll mark that, and then I'm going to curve this like this. So at the end of the day, before I put this into consideration, I'm going to check from this point now that I want to adjust to this. So how my chest, do you understand? See, you are going to check. This is 10. You understand? So you are going to place and check. This is 10 inches. So now what I want that center part, I want it to be 10 inches. So I'm going to come like this. I'll fold. You see, I folded this into two. And then I'm going to mark this like this. So when marking, you adjust it a little bit. You mark 11. So when you mark it like this, there's another way. You mark it like this, and then I'll put a notch, so I'll know where I'm adjusting my sleeve to. That's my armhole to. Can you see? You saw that this one entered very well. So I'm going to mark. I'm just going to trim this armhole like this. So I've succeeded in trimming that armhole. I'll come back to this second one also. Okay, so I already have my point here. So before I continue, I'll stitch, make sure I balance it. You understand? Mark half of my armhole and then curve it nicely. You understand? So you don't just cut. You understand? You will not just cut. Go ahead and just cut. No be so. So you mark that now, so you can see now. So now we have succeeded in cutting our armhole. So this part now, you can see. So this part now, you can just trim it nicely. So for this now, if you want to do an inseam now, at this point now, as you sew your lining the same and you sew your fabric the same, and then you will turn. At this point now, you start turning. You turn everything. So I was trying to cut it, let it be straight. It's like I ended up even bending it more sef. Okay, so you see how this part now is looking like what we have on that picture. Okay, Danish, okay, you're welcome. Valentine, you're watching from Los Angeles, welcome. Okay, Razak, you're watching from Lagos, thank you so much. So the next thing now, okay, let me explain the sleeve, how to cut the sleeve. So you have two ways of cutting the sleeve. So if you notice, the one I did is a small, it's not very big though. You understand? It's just like a short version of what we have, but it is the same process. So I'll explain I'll explain this to you people. So when you want to cut this sleeve, this is what you will do. You measure your fabric, you understand? Measure your fabric. Is if you want it long, if you want it short, you measure your fabric. And then the next thing you put into consideration, because you are going to add an elastic to it, you understand? So you half of your armhole. Normally, if you are using half of your armhole, you can use like 6 inches. That's from here to here. That's your round and sleeve measurement, you understand? You can use that's from here, that's your shoulder measurement, sorry, from here to here, which is, you people remember we use 6 inches. That's from here now to this point, we use 6 inches. That's what we use to drop our off shoulder. Okay, so for this, because you want to add an elastic to it, you can go as much as you want, you understand? So elastic will always bring it back together. So for this, let's just say we're using like 11. So mark that 11 points here, or let's use 10. So you mark the 10 points like this, but you can go as much as 15 because you are going to fold the sleeve together. And then after marking that, you are going to take your armhole like this. See, it's a very simple process. You see it? You just bring it here like this and place it here. Can you see? Can you see? Just use it to trace it. That's all. When you trace it, now we know that we have traced out our armhole now. So this is our armhole. We have traced it out. Then for the down part also, the down part, you can make it as big as you want. You understand? So for this, let's like reduce the down part a little bit. Let's use 10 and then mark it like this. And then from this point like this, you are just going to like shape your sleeve. So depends on how long. If you want the down, if you want it to be big, just come down, use like 15 on 18 inches, and then you can go as wide as, that's for the length, you can go as wide as 20 inches. Okay, so you mark it like this, and then you open this point now. So at this point now, you are going to put elastic here like this. So when you put elastic here like this, you sew it and turn it like this, and then you pass elastic in. So when you do that, this is what you are going to have. Can you see? And then this part is the down part here. You are going to put elastic also, so you can see how simple and easy this is. So the next thing I'm going to do now, I'm going to adjust my camera, and then let's wear our mannequin dress. Okay, so let's get this closer. Okay, thank you so much, those of you that are giving me thumbs up, thank you. Okay. Okay. I'm just trying to get off my pins from my dress form. Can you see? So I'll place that. I don't know why this thing is going. Can you guys see? So for the back, I'm just going to pin those back ones like that, so that it does not, you don't waste so much time. Okay. I'll just pin it. So at this point, just sew your back, join everything that you are joining together. Can you see? You see it? Can you see? So for the sleeve, here's what we're going to do for the sleeve. So remember the way I explained it to you people. You see it? Can you see? You see it? Can you see? So you just fix your sleeve that way. Can you see how simple and easy this is? So you just fix your sleeve just the way I explained it to you guys just now. That is how you fix this. And you see our sleeve is good to go. So I'm trying to get more pins and then I'll fix the second one. At this point, I always like dancing. Yes, like I said, as a beginner, this shouldn't be a problem. Okay, yes, this should not be a problem. So just follow this process and you see, guys, can you see? I'm just trying to like, no, 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 no. I'm looking like one part is higher than one part. This part is like it's higher, it's higher, it's higher, it's higher. Can you guys see? Eh? So you just follow the process and then make this dress. You just make this lovely, simple beginner's tutorial. So let me snap highlights. Okay, guys. So guys, so thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. All of you that tuned in into our tutorial today, you people can see how simple this is. So this was what I was trying to say, that you can actually make your that you can make them to like be together. You understand? You can get them closer to each other, as in just like with that's like hold this a little bit and then make sure that both the front and the back, that's the side that they correspond. Okay. Mm-hmm. So thank you so much, all of you that tuned into our tutorial for today. Let me hug our mannequin. Let me hug our mannequin. So all of you that tuned into our tutorial for today, thank you so much for watching. Winifred Egba, thank you. Na Nalumba, thank you so much, guys, for watching. I will see you guys